You ever stop somewhere? Sometimes you pull up, you want to sit, listen to your tunes, eat something, relax. There's no picnic tables. You can't really blast your music out loud in some places. So the best option is your car. But there's no space. Let's do something about that. Alternative options feel cheap, lack stability, and rely on the steering wheel for mounting. Our test vehicle is a 2021 Nissan Sentra equipped with 4 cup holders. These will become our new mounting points. With a saw, 2 pine boards, some measuring equipment, and a manufacturing specialist, we can create the table portion of our build. First, we'll use our measuring equipment to divide our pine boards into 3 13-inch pieces. Using our thumb for stability, we can create a curve to guide the saw through the wood and create clean edges in our parts. We will then use an orbital sander with 120 grit sandpaper to sand each board individually. We'll then follow up with hand sanding using the same grit sandpaper to prepare the boards for the joining process. This is achieved by clearing the clogged wood pores, which allows our epoxy adhesive to join the parts together. Next, we'll be using our epoxy adhesive on 4 boards to create a 12 by 13-inch table. Be careful when applying the epoxy, as too much will result in some dripping onto the table surface and require extra sanding to ensure that you have a clean wood surface for our next step. We will then clean off the surface of the table and begin applying a mineral oil specifically meant to seal cutting boards. Afterward, we will then use a C-clamp to hold our mineral oil covered board as it dries and seals the wood. This makes it a suitable surface for food items. We will be using casting resin to create the table legs. Solo cups will act as sacrificial molds to ensure that the end shape fits within the cup holders. The curing reaction generates heat that can cause warping or destruction of the mold prematurely. To prevent this, we will be using aluminum cylinders as a heatsink and a weight to lower the center of gravity of the table. However, this extends the curing process and resulted in the molds being removed too early. This necessitated the use of a hairdryer to assist in the curing process and ensure that the resin could continue to set without the molds holding it in place. After properly curing, the legs were attached to our extra pine boards that were used to increase the height of the table, and now the product is ready for testing.